On this day in history, November 27th, kings preached crusades. Fleets sank themselves out of spite. Scientists changed how we measure weather, and a U.S. president took office without ever being elected. Not a boring date by any stretch. 1095, Pope Urban II launches the First Crusade. At the Council of Clermont, he delivers a speech so fiery medieval Europe practically sprints to the Holy Land. Knights, peasants, and half the continent join a holy war that reshapes religion, politics, trade routes, and world history. One sermon, thousands of swords. 1701, Anders Celsius is born. The man behind the temperature scale that actually makes sense. 0 means freezing, 100 means boiling. Simple, logical, and way less chaotic than Fahrenheit's fever dream math. 1839. The American Statistical Association is founded. This is the day math nerds form a professional guild, and eventually go on to power everything from baseball analytics to economic forecasts. To those polls we swear we don't believe, until they rewrite. 1863, Battle of Missionary Ridge concludes. Grant breaks the Confederate line outside Chattanooga, forcing a retreat and opening the road to Atlanta. A major turning point in the Civil War, one that helped set the stage for Sherman's march and the eventual collapse of the Confederacy. 1895, Alfred Nobel signs his will. The inventor of dynamite leaves a fortune to fund annual prizes for peace, science, and literature. Irony so thick you could cut it with a shovel. The king of explosions becomes the patron of peace. 1924, the first Macy's Thanksgiving Parade marches. No giant balloons yet, just zoo animals, horses, and a parade that eventually becomes America's holiday warm-up stretch. One day we get Snoopy, Pikachu, and a giant turkey floating above Manhattan like it pays rent. 1942, the French scuttle their fleet at Toulon. Rather than let Nazi Germany capture their warships, the French sink them themselves. Hundreds of vessels destroyed in a single day. If you can't have it, neither can we, was an act of war. This was it. 1973, Gerald Ford becomes U.S. Vice President. After Spiro Agnew resigns in scandal, Ford steps in. Less than a year later, he becomes president, the only person in American history to hold the office without ever being elected. Plot twist worthy of a Netflix series. 2005, first partial face transplant performed. Surgeons in France replaced damaged facial tissue with donor tissue, something once considered pure science fiction. Modern medicine takes a deep breath and says, we can do that now. And that's November 27th. Crusades launched, warships sunk, empires shifting, science advancing, and one man becoming president without a single vote cast. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times.